Could you ever imagine an opponent halting the entire match just to hug Lionel Messi and lift him off the grass? That single, unbelievable moment completely paralyzed social media. During the superstar's highly anticipated return to the pitch, defender Johan Romaña sparked a surreal, completely unexpected moment that absolutely nobody saw coming. What exactly triggered this emotional gesture during such a high-stakes match? Stick around until the very end to understand everything. If you truly love the greatest of all time, hit subscribe and drop a comment showing where you are watching from. Join our growing community of football fanatics. To truly grasp the massive scale and absolute shockwave of this single play, we have to go right back to the exact second before the ball rolled in this crucial Continental Cup showdown between Inter Miami and the Mexican side club Leon. The atmosphere inside the stadium was pure, buzzing electricity, as the entire footballing world waited with massive anticipation to witness the iconic number 10 return to the pitch. The entire stadium seemed to hold its collective breath, fully aware that at any given second, the greatest player on earth could step onto the grass and completely rewrite the script of this massive game. When Lionel Messi finally stepped off the substitute bench during the second half, a massive wave of thunderous applause and wild cheers instantly swallowed the stands. Everyone in those stands knew they were witnessing living history unfold, an extraordinary athlete who completely transcends fierce rivalries, shirt brands, and national borders. Yet, absolutely nobody could have predicted that the most talked about, memorable moment of the entire night would not come from a spectacular goal or some moment of genius, but rather from a completely shocking and unexpected interaction with an opposing defender. Within his first few touches of the ball, Messi was closed down by Colombian defender Johan Romaña, a rugged, physically imposing center-back with a highly distinguished career across South American football. In their very first on-field encounter, right as play was temporarily halted to prepare for a free kick, the Colombian walked over with total respect and whispered something quietly into the Argentine icon's ear, who simply nodded back with a serene and calm look. But the real climax of this entire dramatic story, that viral play that would capture the attention of the entire globe in a matter of mere minutes, unfolded immediately afterward as the match kept going. After picking up a perfectly weighted crisp pass from his international and club teammate Rodrigo de Paul, Messi immediately looked to execute a rapid classic 1-2 pass to completely slice open the Mexican team's defense. It was right at that split second that the defender Romaña lunged with everything he had, cutting off the pass and sending the ball out of play to concede a corner kick. Usually, any defender in that tight spot would celebrate the block with intense, aggressive hype, staring down the opposing attacker. But what Romaña did next completely stunned even the official television commentators. Instead of reacting with any hostility, the Colombian immediately threw his arms wide open, wrapped Lionel Messi in a warm embrace, and in a spontaneous display of pure respect, scooped the Argentine genius right off the grass, holding the number 10 in the air for a few seconds. The image was totally surreal. We were literally watching an opposing defender cradle the greatest living legend of the sport right in the middle of an intense, high-stakes knockout match. And the most incredible part was Lionel Messi's reaction. The Argentine star showed absolutely zero annoyance or anger at this sudden physical contact from his opponent. On the contrary, the captain flashed a genuine smile and casually walked over toward the corner flag to take the kick, looking toward the penalty box with that relaxed, peaceful expression that his fans had been deeply longing to see for a very long time. It was a truly magical moment that seemed to freeze time inside the arena, transforming a tense match into a celebration of the sport. That embrace was way more than just a battle for possession. It was the physical expression of exactly what millions of fans worldwide would do if they ever got the chance to stand face to face with their ultimate hero. The powerful scene crossed international borders in an instant, reigniting a deep, thoughtful debate about the massive, legendary figure Messi continues to be. Not just for the passionate supporters cheering him on, but also for the very players who step onto the field with the heavy task of stopping him. The massive fallout and viral reaction to this moment reached truly unbelievable proportions almost immediately after the final whistle. Even after the Mexican squad secured a highly dramatic 3-2 victory, which officially knocked Inter Miami straight out of this intense continental tournament and ended their run. The number one talking point across every single digital platform was not the final scoreline, the controversial refereeing, or who progressed to the next round. The entire world could talk about nothing else except that pure act of humanity and respect shown on the pitch. In fact, the Mexican club itself quickly took the initiative to post the striking, iconic photo of the embrace between their defender and the Argentine number 10 across all official channels, adding a deeply moving caption stating that this warm embrace perfectly represented the heartfelt feelings of their entire fan base, of the global soccer community, and of everyone who loves this beautiful game. He wrapped things up with words of absolute respect and deep affection for the legend. This incredibly classy gesture from both the club and the opposing player triggered a massive wave of emotional reactions across social media, where hundreds of thousands of passionate fans confirmed without a doubt that the Colombian defender actually lived out the absolute biggest dream of every single football fan on the planet. When you really think about it, who among us would not want that one-of-a-kind chance to give Lionel Messi a tight hug and show him how deeply grateful we are for everything he has done, and still does on the pitch throughout so many years of his brilliant career? This specific moment carries an even deeper and more memorable weight when you stop to look at the whole context of the Rosario genius and his legacy. We are talking about an absolutely spectacular athlete who has already won literally everything. Every single thing a professional footballer could ever dream of, from dozens of continental trophies and domestic leagues, to that legendary World Cup victory, all the way to multiple individual awards as the finest player on earth. Yet, even while standing right at the absolute peak of the mountain during the final stretch of an unforgettable journey, Messi remains the ultimate global symbol of humility, integrity, and passion for the game. The incredibly calm and smiling way he welcomed that genuine warmth from an active, direct opponent on the pitch, right in the middle of massive pressure, during a tense and highly crucial match, proves beyond any shadow of a doubt that real football goes so much deeper than cold statistics, frozen numbers, or temporary on-field rivalries. It is really about a deep, raw human connection, about inspiring entire generations, and how one single, uniquely gifted individual who was touched by a magic wand can bring together people from completely different backgrounds and cultures, across nations, ages, and team jerseys, all through his pure magic with the ball. When you take a close, hard look at that wild, ecstatic reaction from fans in the stands and the massive live wave across digital networks, it becomes completely obvious that highly extraordinary moments like this serve to revive the truest, most authentic spirit of the beautiful game. That completely raw and unfiltered respect shown by Romaña right there on the pitch is the exact perfect reflection of a massive global devotion toward an incredible superstar who completely changed the history of world football forever. With each delicate touch of the ball, every subtle smile, and every single genuine gesture of affection that Messi receives from both teammates and opponents on the pitch serves as a constant, daily reminder that we are actively witnessing the historic era of a true giant. A giant who is going to leave an permanent mark and a void that can never be filled when he finally decides to hang up his boots and walk away. For this exact reason, intense emotional moments like this one simply cannot be treated as just another play in a match. They need to be celebrated, analyzed, and locked away forever in the emotional memory of anyone who truly loves this sport, because they reveal the genuine essence and spiritual dimension of Lionel Messi, a legendary number 10 who did not just lift every single trophy possible and imaginable on the face of the earth, but also pulled off the epic feat of winning over, once and for all, the very hearts of his toughest, most fierce opponents on the pitch. This historic moment reminds us exactly why Lionel Messi is unique. He effortlessly rises above rivalries and completely wins over his own adversaries. What exactly would you do if you found yourself standing in that player's shoes? Share your thoughts down in the comments, because your voice is absolutely vital to everyone here. If you love the Argentine genius and want to stay fully updated on the career of the absolute greatest of all time, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. See you in the next one.